Dan, thank you for that wonderful and such nice, dear introduction. I thank you for it, and I thank you for this honor. I am a little overwhelmed by it. I thank the host committee for putting on this event, and it's such an honor for me. I'm really flattered to be on the same stage with all the other recipients who are just all extraordinary people. You know, to be on the same page, the same sheet with Dr. Arthur Guyton is something that I don't feel I deserve, or did I ever dream I would even be on the same stage with such an extraordinary person. I congratulate Dr. Guyton, your entire family, your late father. What a terrific person he was, and all of you. So congratulations to you. Edward, I didn't know your family, but the Bart family, and I always thought it was from Gulfport. When I drove into Gulfport, I would see Bart bottling over on Highway 49, but I'm glad it's straight now. It's a Biloxi startup. And Hartley Peavy, wow, the products that you make, congratulations to you. I recently read a book that was written a few years ago by Tom Friedman saying that the world is flat. Well, Hartley knew the world was flat way before Tom Friedman did. You've had your products around the world a number of times, so congratulations to you. And then to the Creekmores, Jimmy, I'm glad that you allowed Wade to join you tonight. That was nice. But I have always admired the Creekmores, been friends for many years, but especially admiring the Cellular South. What a terrific story. They've been way out in front in technology, out in front in marketing and everything they've done. And I've never talked to either of them about this, but I would think it's safe to say they've probably had a dozen, maybe 2 or 3 dozen Wall Street bankers come say there's no way a regional company can survive in this market. You need to sell or merge up. And you've proven that theory completely wrong. So congratulations to you and all your group. The Leadership Awards, to all of you, I've put in a category of emerging companies. Congratulations to you. Wow. The two that I'm a little closer to, I'm somewhat familiar with all of them, but the two that I've been asked to be on the board and I work with and feel honored to play a small part in is Bumgar and SmartSync. Bumgar, when I first met that group, they were out of Belhaven College, looked like a group of nerds that were not going to go anywhere. And my gosh, they have built up one of the finest companies I have ever seen. Their sales just go up and exponentially, and they're running it. Joel Bumgard is one of the best CEOs. He is doing everything right, and I congratulate you. And then with SmartSync, with Stephen Johnston, who's become one of my best new friends. Stephen is really an extraordinary CEO. He's one of the best I've ever seen. And I hope Matt Holloman won't mind if I quote him on this. But as many of you know, Stephen attended Ole Miss on a Herring Foundation scholarship and had his 4 years of scholarship there by the Herring Foundation. And Matt said, you know, if Mr. Herring could see Stephen Johnston, he would smile, because that's exactly what he wanted to do. And what a perfect example. Stephen, congratulations to you and your company. I think those last two are headed up in a real fast, and I'm sure the others, I don't mean to single them out, but those two I'm a little closer to. Now, I was not invited here to give you my 10 secrets to success, and you'll be pleased to know I don't intend to. But there's one dimension in there that I'd like to speak to briefly, and then I'll sit down. But it has to do with relationships. 2 aspects of it. The first, with relations that you have in growing up and in your life. I don't think I realized earlier, as much as I do today, when I look back, what a strong impact it has on a person's life is who you associate with. I mean, I've had people that have just raised me, and a few of them that have knocked me down a little bit, but people you associate with really affect where you end up in life, where you go, and what you do. And the other one that I really wanted to focus on is the relationship working with you every day in your work, whether it's personal or business, professional. The people you work with is critical. I think that there's nothing stronger in I'll speak from a company, of having people that have the same vision, the same goals, and want to accomplish the same things you do. And I think that there's no better example than that than Jay Baggett. Jay was the first engineer, as you heard, our first engineer. And I often look back and say, you know, what if that had not been Jay? What if that had been some other engineer? Well, I can tell you, I don't think our company would have had near the success it had as it did with Jay. And Jay and I thought alike. I mean, we didn't always agree, but we thought alike. And we wanted to build a company, and we wanted to be a leader in wireless, and we had more fun doing it, and it was a real pleasure. So if you would allow me, I'd like to ask Jay to stand up, because without him, I don't think I'd be here. I'll wrap this up if I could speak a minute about MTA. Mark Sanford, the governor of South Carolina, who's been written up recently by several sources as a potential candidate for vice president with Senator McCain, he said, you know, if you want to raise the level, your standard of living in your state, said it's real simple. Said there are two things you have to do. He said technology and brain power. If you've got that, you're going to do it. And I look at MTA, and I look at its wonderful board of directors, our leaders from our 4 major research universities give their time to it. They have a wonderful group from the private sector on their board, and that's that combination of technology and brain power. And I congratulate you for this event tonight. I congratulate for the job you're doing. I don't think this landscape was not in Mississippi 10 years ago. And it's proof of Governor Sanford's theory of brain power and technology. I would close by saying a special thanks to MTA and the board, its staff, Dr. Goldsmith. Randy, you are a terrific asset. We love having you here. So thank all of you for coming, and thank you for this honor. A special thank you to my tennis buddies and their wives. I don't see you, but we'll see you Sunday. Thank you very much.